What's up, guys? Today's video is brought to you by HelloFresh. Guys, not only is HelloFresh the most conveniently effortless way of planning your meals, it's also insanely delicious. Look, guys, I got HelloFresh, and today I'm having tostadas El Supremo. And look at this. Every single thing in this bag is prepackaged for this particular meal. So whether it's a Mexican night where I'm eating tostadas, or if I want chicken cutlets fried, they give you everything. But not only is it fantastic, it's also all prepackaged for the exact size for the recipe card, which is literally like cooking for dummies. You have every single step to every single thing that you need to do in order to make a fantastic meal, a delicious meal. Not only is that, HelloFresh is the first carbon neutral meal prep company, and almost all of their packaging is recyclable. So it's the most sustainable. It helps you to eat more sustainably. Guys, HelloFresh also has pescatarian meals, vegetarian meals, so it can feed anyone. So trust me, go out and get HelloFresh. The food is fantastic. It's delicious. It takes very little effort. And now you're talking about helping the environment through all the packaging and the shipping. It doesn't get much better, guys. Go to HelloFresh.com. Use the code Cormier16 for 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. I won't tell you what it is. I know what it is, but I ain't telling you. Cormier16 at HelloFresh.com for 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. Do it. Do it now. You will not regret it. Now let's get to the video. Rockhold, listen. So I hear that my dogs, like I said, they love it in this office.
My dogs loves it here.
It's been a welcome back to AKA. I heard about Big Habib.
Ah.
They told me you went on Habib Airlines the other day. I'm just saying, I mean, the fact that you openly admitted it was kind of a big growing part for you, that you said he flipped you.
Airlines one thing, but when Khabib falls in the process of the airline, I mean, there's a little bit there's an oil leak. There was an emergency landing. There was an emergency landing, so we had to fall in between. So I mean, there's some fairness in war.
My question is, if he was strong at 155, how strong is this guy now?
Brother,
is he the strongest human being on the planet?
This is the number one bullshit.
Really?
This is the number one bullshit.
He's strong?
He gets like the body lock on you, and he, like when you give him side position, and it's like nothing. Like I was just.
It's like nothing you've ever felt.
Check the video, because like Duran couldn't get up for like
nobody,
rounds,
but like nobody can get up from this guy. He's like, and you know what he told me?
Not nobody.
You know what he told me?
Not nobody.
You know what he told me?
Not only got up, but we reversed the position.
You know what he told me? He goes, brother, I eat, sleep, and I grapple now. I am the strongest human being in the world. He goes, brother, I promise you I'm so strong. But that's neither here nor there. Guys, I am here with the former middleweight champion of the world, Luke Rockhold, one of my great friends. And wanting to talk to Luke about his return to mixed martial arts. It's been a long time. Why he's here. And what went into the decision. Because the last memories, weren't great, and it felt like you're going to step away from the game. So what went into you coming back?
As did I step away from the game, I mean, it gets old. It gets stale. It's hard. It's hard in the game, Every day getting up, getting in that gym, how it is. Especially dirty-ass bathrooms.
Yeah, well,
dirty ass. Hey, it's that constant grind, but it's like.
But that's the truth, though, right?
I needed time for my own life to go out and do things, because you're always like recovering from a training camp. Then you got another fight on the horizon, so you can't go and live your life and go do the things you want to do, and you should. Like you just need time to live. And, And I got burnt out. You can get burnt out in any sport, and
you really can,
especially in fighting.
But at the highest level,
yeah.
Right? It's easy to burn out.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you felt like, did you feel, Rockhold, in the midst of all that, when things were kind of turning, right? Because we all rode a wave for a while where it was just always up. But then when it started to turn a little bit, like, The-
Well, I mean, yeah, things started to fall apart. Obviously, Kane retired.
Yeah.
You retired to some extent. Khabib was always in Russia, and then it's like that energy that we provoked, that we had in the gym every day, was lost. And going elsewhere, trying to find it, was like trying to supplement, trying to keep that
synergy.
keep that synergy and keep that energy up. So it was just and I went to Florida, and as good as it was over there with Henry Hooft and the team and the guys, it's just not California, and it's not the same vibe, same energy, and I kind of forced it when I should have just probably took a step back,
Things changed in the gym, right? For people so before it was like we were in there every day. But then when I got older, I started doing more television. So I wasn't in the gym every day. Kane got beat by Francis and walked away.
Yeah.
Khabib.
He already walked away before that.
Khabib's been he was hurt a lot, right?
he
So
was
he was
pretty much
always
walked,
hurt,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like when he would fight and he would be gone and he would come back and it was like it changed a little bit, the surrounding areas. And then you start searching for answers. You end up in Florida. Kind of at the forefront of that whole Sanford MMA deal, right? Like they had already started to kind of transition from Black Zillions and everything.
Sanford was a big, supporter of mine and sponsor forever, and they still are. And I got on the ground with them and helped design that whole gym with Dave Martin, my manager, and so we kind of provoked that whole gym. And then by the time it was finished and ready to go, I was just fucking like, I need to get back to Cali.
But even the Jan Blachowicz fight, right?
Yeah.
That ages well because Jan ultimately goes on to become the UFC light heavyweight champion. Yeah. But in those moments, Rockhold, what's happening? Because I know from experience and being in there with you, you're as talented as anyone in the world. What happens in those moments where you're getting caught with these shots?
I think it just comes down to not being relaxed, forcing the issue. I think that it's always been my problem, letting the mounting pressure and letting all the extra outside bullshit, which I carry a lot, and do a lot of other things. And so bringing that into the cage and not being able to relax and bring that present, normalizing that present moment and not carrying the weight. I think I can feel it when I'm in there, and one of those moments when I'm just like, it's like you don't remember everything. The fights when you're clear and you're on and everything's like fucking just different level, is when you remember every detail. You remember what your corners are saying. You can hear the other guy's corner. You can remember the points in the fight. And then there's fights even when you win, and it's just rushed. Everything's just a blur.
Yeah.
Because it happens so fast. You're just so you're so intense. Not bringing that intensity to it. I think.
Yeah.
It's like having the intensity. It's a balance.
One thing about Luke Rockhold, people think you're arrogant.
Yeah.
Do you think the arrogance cost you in some of those biggest moments? Because you can be at times you can come off as a bit dismissive.
I think
of the people.
With Bisping.
Yeah.
The second time around with Bisping, I was arrogance and stupidity, and just coming forward,
But the Jan Blachowicz, with Jan,
I think that was just. I think I overshot my wad. I wasn't used to the weight class, and I went in hard, and I knew I could out grapple him, and if I got him down, it'd be over. I wasn't used to the size, the strength, and I just put too much pressure on myself to get there, and I got caught up against the cage. I didn't get the takedown. I stuck in there in the clinch and tried to get him down, and by the time I got out of that clinch position, being up a weight class, and I was like, my arms were just filled with
But how could you get how when you've been training?
I tried to
but how when you're
transition
training with me and Kane for all those years did you feel like that, right? How could you not recognize that, knowing that all those sessions that we spent were big? Kane was 240, 250. I was 240, right?
But with you and Kane, you guys are a different level of wrestlers. I'm not going to go attack you and try to take you down nonstop.
So game plan mistake also.
Jan sucks at wrestling, so it's like he's not great at wrestling. So I'm like, I'm going to take his ass down.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out there. I'm going to fucking take DC down.
You're going to be a little smarter with the approach.
It's like, and reflecting back and watching Jan, being in there with him, he was not fast. If I just relaxed and focused on fighting, not just getting a takedown, it would have been a lot easier.
So in the time away, right, how does Luke Rockhold mature? How does Luke Rockhold change that thought, right? Because here's the reality, and we'll get to your return. But here's the reality. When you say, I'm coming back, we're all for it. Then you say you want Paulo Costa. And we're like, okay, I support you. I've said it publicly. I don't know why he's so intent on that fight. But then you come at Paulo Costa almost Like you're almost dismissive of him. So what has Luke Rockhold changed in the time that you've been away? Because the reality is, like you said, at times arrogance can be a bit of a downfall for you because you've got all the tools. You got the natural gifts, you got the ability. And with Paulo Costa, it seems like the same approach, just some time in between the approach. What has Luke Rockhold changed to ensure that the same stuff that happened before doesn't happen again?
I'm just letting go of all the outside extracurricular.
But you say that. What is it though? What's outside? Girls. I mean you love girls.
It was like yeah. Well,
you're partying, or what's happening for Luke Rockhold outside?
It was other deals, like endorsement deals, and the pressure and
the modeling, all
the extra stuff. You know, it definitely mounts up, and just having the pressure of like fighting Bisping again. Everyone was considering me like a top pound for pound fighter, and I wanted to go out there and prove more than who I was.
Yeah.
I wanted to go show a different element of my game. And then when that comes off like that, when you don't relax and let it come, then it look like shit, and you get caught or something stupid. So it's like.
But in that fight, you got caught.
Even in the first fight, don't kid yourself. Back in the first fight when I fought Bisping, I'm the same fucking cocky asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a difference when you check yourself when you get into that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the fight game. We're performers. We're show off.
Anything can happen.
Arrogance. This is what we do. We like to fucking perform. We like to show off. We like to be cocky. Same as you. We all do the same thing. Anybody who wants greatness.
Yeah.
Has that cockiness.
But what have you changed?
What
have you changed to allow for you to go get the success that you are, dude, you can be as great as anyone. I know it. I've seen it. I saw it in Strikeforce. I saw it in the UFC when you became the champ. But then ultimately, we all have that arrogance. But like in that time away, in those times, because it could not have been all good. You know what I'm saying? Like when you in this retirement these last couple of years, we still talk, obviously. We're great friends.
I never quoted retirement.
No, but you didn't. But it wasn't a retirement. In your time away from the game, right? In those moments when you're away from the spotlight and you're kind of just living life, like, was there ever a moment where you go, you know what, I can take a little bit of a different approach to this thing now?
I just know I still have it in me. You know what I mean?
You do.
Getting away from it would help me want to get back into it. It's a day-to-day grind of just getting punched in the face and punching people in the face. It's not something you want to do every day of your life.
But when you're away from it.
Yeah, and you get that itch and you get that hungry, that fight, you want that need. You know?
I have to talk to people now as I move on to the next part of my life with no competitive.
No, it's like
it's hard.
It's like you and your golf game, you know what I mean? Like the last time we golfed before, we were out in Vegas and some guy came back because you were hitting on him and you just laughed.
You hit on him. I didn't hit on him. You hit on him.
Snapped on him like I've never seen come out of the shell like it was like John Jones.
Well, here's the problem.
Hey, I was like, hey, took a wide route on that golf cart and I went to the next
Rockhold, I was willing to throw it. Rockhold, I was willing to throw it all away. I was throwing everything away because that guy was a fucking asshole. But the reality is,
you don't have the day-to-day release of it.
I don't have that release. My wife tells me all the time, go punch somebody.
Yeah, you need it.
Right? Go punch someone. So in that time away, you started to get that burn to go punch somebody, go hit somebody.
Kick somebody.
And then when making that decision that you're going to come back. Because for the record, like financially, Luke does fine, right? So it's not money, right? And a lot of people, when they're gone, it's money motivated, right? It feels like Henry Cejudo's coming back for money. It feels like Henry Cejudo would have been okay walking away from the game, but money.
Yeah. I think
so when you're making that decision,
he wants to prove himself. I mean, obviously
he's the best.
Yeah, but
he doesn't need to prove anything.
People still want to shit on him because he's small.
Henry Cejudo is the best.
He wants to prove that he can get a fucking payday.
But that's not.
I think that's proved to himself. It's like, yeah, he wants to go back and achieve that payday that he never got. So maybe there is.
But again, at the end of the day, it's rooted in money. He does, but it's rooted in money. For you, it's not about the money though. So what makes the decision for Luke Rockhold to come back after 2 years away, and you say, you know what, I want the guy that just fought for the championship very, very recently?
I want, it's legacy. It's contentment in the end of this career. You know, I want contentment to say I did everything I could to be the best I could in this game, just like contentment in death. I don't believe in contentment. I believe in contentment at the end of what you do. You know, at the end of the game, at the end of life, you want to be content that you did everything you fucking possible to be who the fuck you are. So I want the contentment at the end of this fight game, knowing that I gave it my all. I don't think I fucking fought to my abilities the last couple fights. I think I fought compromised and not with a mindset. I believe I can reset myself. I can go in there and I can put myself back into that state of mind where I'm at my best.
In that thought, can you be okay with whatever the outcome is?
Whatever the outcome is, the outcome is. You know, I know I'm in a fight. I know I'm in a fight, and that's what gets my blood pumping. That's what gets me up every day, and that's what gets me wanting to do this thing. You know, I know Paulo Costa's dangerous, of course, but I think he's got a chink.
Why was he the guy though?
The UFC liked it. I was open for anybody in the top positions that's going to launch me into a situation, and Paulo was brought to my attention from the UFC, and I was like, you know what? And it started to grow on me.
Yeah.
And I started to really kind of fuel off it. And
So what happened with the Sean Strickland fight? I thought that was a good matchup.
I thought it's a good matchup, yeah.
That was the one that when it was announced, I was like, okay, I can see this one. The Paulo Costa one, for me as a friend, initially I told you, we were on a group message, all of us, me, you, Habib.
Yeah.
Why? And I said it on ESPN, I go, why are you, I didn't know why you were so intent on that being the return fight. You say there's a chink, what's that chink?
I think he's just, obviously, it's he's looking for a way out at times. I think he's not 100% in, and that's a dangerous place to be. And I've been there, not 100% in.
Yeah, see,
and
from experience.
I don't like him. First of all, I don't like Paulo Costa.
Why?
I don't think anybody in the
what's up with his hair?
Any decent man in the world, like, you look at the guy.
I mean, he's okay. He's a nice enough guy, though.
You look at the guy, and you're just like, fuck.
But he's a nice enough guy.
He's like on the different side of Sean Strickland, but both just horrible human beings.
You don't like Sean Strickland either.
I mean, just come on, let's just be real.
He's out of his mind.
He's out there supporting pedophiles and just this piece of crap. You know, the guy needs to be written off and written out. But
does he win against the Pereira? Do you think Pereira beats him, or do you think Sean wins?
I think he wins.
Sean wins.
I don't see. I mean, Sean can wrestle a little bit. He'll probably just take him down.
I don't know Sean's game to the point that I would be confident that he'd be able to do that. I don't know. I do know he can strike and move, though.
Pereira just sucks.
You think he's terrible?
I think he's horrible at every other thing other than like striking. Yeah.
Really?
I don't think he can wrestle.
But in the last fight, though, he showed that he was able to stay upright enough and get back to his feet when taken down.
Okay. I'm just gonna skip that.
You don't think he's that good?
That whole subject's just gonna go out the door.
Why? You just think he's bad?
The dude beat Israel twice in kickboxing, so they're trying to find any route in hell to get him to the top.
He beat Sean Strickland. He may be the #1 contender.
Yeah.
So what does that say about the division, though?
Hey, he beat Sean Strickland, and the division is wide open. And
You think there's still a run at the top for you?
What?
Do you think there's still a path for you right now to go back to a championship?
I think the path is laid. It's like, what, Marvin Vettori is the #1 guy in the world, right?
What do you think about Marvin Vettori?
Marvin Vettori, I think he's tough. I don't think he's that talented. I think he's disciplined. I think he's tough.
You're going to have some enemies after this.
No, I mean, I'll call it straight up.
You'll tell them straight to their face.
100%. He's tough, and he's disciplined as all hell, but he ain't got no talent. He ain't got that. He ain't got the intangibles.
Yes, this guy right here.
I love the opportunities, you know. But I think he couldn't put Paulo Costa away. He found times, you know, like he led him in there the whole way. But I think there's times I saw in that fight where he could have stepped on the gas. He could have put him away. And I just think I can hit those points. I can execute, and I can expose a different side of Paulo's game. I think he's never fought a guy that can meet him with power on the outside. I mean, he's got that power, but trust me, like, he throws hard kicks, he throws hard punches. Yeah, guess what? I throw just the same.
You do. The check right hook. The check right hook's nasty.
He's gonna have to come. He's gonna have to come through my power. But like, you get too close. He's got to close that distance to get to me. And then if you close that distance too much,
so
I'm gonna wrap that bitch.
So let me ask you this question. When you were running through the Strikeforce division, in a lot of these divisions, right? People couldn't really touch you.
When we were,
yeah, we were together. I'm an old man now. I'm out of the game. We were running. I mean, I was actually cornering you as the champion, as a guy that was just in the division.
Corner, yeah, we got back and forth.
But guys couldn't touch you. But then it seemed like whenever Bisping hit you and he got the finish, people started thinking to themselves, "Oh my God, if I can hit him, I can hurt him." Yeah. Right? in the time away, have you done anything defensively to ensure that that doesn't happen anymore? And do you feel like the chin's been a bit refreshed? Because I got to be honest, like there were times early when you'd hit me and I'm like, oh my God, that was a hard shot, but it never rocked me. But towards the end, you'd hit me, I'm like, I would get a little bit of a buzz, right? Because as with everything else, the damage, the wars that we all had in the gym where we're punching each other hard, we're kicking each other hard, it takes a toll on the chin. In the time away, like, have you feel like that you can take a shot a little better, or like are you just kind of saying, you know what, I'm gonna be better, more responsible defensively, to where people can't hit me anymore?
I think a little bit of everything, you know. Duran tried to come after me today.
What happened there?
With small gloves.
Oh, he tried to knock you out?
He tried to come after me a little bit today. He got me
Why?
one time. He got me one time, but he threw some shots. I threw some shots.
And he hit, but Duran hits hard.
Duran hits hard. Yeah, but I mean, I've been hit.
Yeah.
I've been hit lately, and I know I can take a shot still. And I'm not being like hurt by any means by anybody. No one's hurting me, so I feel good. I mean, I did. Yes, I lost to knockouts. Bisping, I think, was more of a perfect spot.
Yeah.
Perfect time kind of thing. Yes. Okay. David Branch, did I get hurt? I don't think so. I got hit with some big shots too. Yoel Romero. Okay, Yoel Romero, one of the hardest hitting guys in the history of.
He hits hard.
Yeah. Jan Blachowicz. Okay, one of the hardest hitting guys in the history of.
You're not losing the guys that can't pop.
I mean, like, I'm like, yeah, all right. I went down. But I still know I can take a shot.
Yeah.
And I know I can fight better than I have fought in the past. And I'm willing to put it on the line.
Bro.
Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
And,
I know it better than anybody.
This is my last opportunity to chase my dreams. So this is what I love the most, and I found the love back for. And so I'm willing to risk it all.
Yeah, and physically,
I'm fighting a dangerous motherfucker for sure.
Physically, you look great.
I feel fucking amazing.
You feel great.
I move like I'm in my youth.
Working harder.
Yeah.
Training smarter.
Training
And if
training
life
harder,
isn't-
like pushing everything and just correcting my mistakes and just cleaning up my defensive avenues and being more offensive.
I'm going to give you a word. Be responsible defensively. Defensive responsibility. Put that up on your board, on your vision board, and every day you don't make those mistakes, you'll be able to fight anybody. And we got a dominant champion at 185, Israel Adesanya. Dude is immensely talented.
Very much.
A star in his, a star.
Already started.
He's a
Not in the
massive star.
making, yeah.
He's a massive star, Israel.
He's good.
I'm excited because I believe that you still have a lot to offer. I love the mentality and the approach that you've taken in this comeback. And honestly, what people don't understand is young, rich, good looking. That's not easy. I mean, honestly, be honest though. Right? Everybody talks about Luke's a fucking good looking guy. This. That's not easy though. Young, with money, and the looks, it's easy to get distracted because it's not like you're hurting to meet a girlfriend or some chick that wants to talk to you. That's hard, right? But as you get older and smarter, you can eliminate those distractions. And if those are the distractions that can hinder, and you can limit those, I mean, I'm not telling you to become a monk and not have a career. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't do that.
Lock it in and get the blinders on.
Get the blinders on.
Now, back in the day, it was tempting. You had every little avenue everything was at my fingertips.
Yeah.
Everything was there, and I was talented enough to be able to conquer and do it other different worlds. And, really getting that time away and really understanding what means the most to me is the biggest thing in my comeback. And giving it all, risking it all. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward.
Yeah.
And I always want to feel like I'm testing and where I'm going to lose everything. If I'm not on the verge of losing everything, I'm not living.
You know what the beauty for me is, and what's very telling, is that in the time away you have chosen to come wrestle at my gym. You have
Your
chosen.
gym, they never there.
Well, you have chosen to come wrestle at my gym. You have chosen to come back to AK and train. That tells me that fire burns back inside you and that you're ready to go and try to conquer the world once again, which is not an easy thing to do. So, my man, my brother, keep on doing the same thing. Keep on chasing greatness. It's there's nothing better. And just like that night you won the world championship where I'm freaking fourth round, I'm like massaging your head because I was like, dude looks tired. I'm pouring water all over you, massaging your head. I'm like literally going to town, like trying to bring you back right before you went and finished the fight to the tears that we all shared on every single night that we've all been there. And I'm going to be there again whenever you go and try to fight Paulo Costa
Whenever.
When you fight Paulo Costa.
Well, I don't know all these.
It seems like it keeps getting moved back. Now it's August. Before it was July. Like, what is going on with that?
I don't know. There's rumors there's cosmetics going on. I don't know.
Cosmetics with Paul. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what these delays are because it was July 2nd, then it was July 30th, and now this kid's trying to push it back. So it couldn't be weight issues at that point. From this far out, there's a certain recovery time for certain things. So I'm hoping he don't come out looking like a.
Just stop. You don't want to say it, so just don't say it. Luke, good luck, my brother. Kick some ass, dog. Finish your training hard and smart, and I can't wait. Guys, like, subscribe. Go follow my man Luke Rockhold on Instagram. OnlyFans. Go to my boys' OnlyFans.
Free.
Hey,
Free, not freaky.
Hey, go to my
Free,
boys'
not freaky.
OnlyFans.
But no, we're doing it. I'm not. I take some OnlyFans money. You too do. You would too if you were in the right shit.
Hey,
But exclusive training.
Yeah.
Might even put up some old sparring footage of me and your boy over
I'll
here.
be sure, please.
Hey,
How can I get paid on it though?
I know,
At least if you put the footage, at least pay me on
nasty
it.
old sparring
Hey,
session.
dog.
Hey, it's all. He's retired, so it's all good. So all that shit's gonna go up.
What happens in the gym stays in the gym. Get your freaking hand off my thigh. Guys, like, subscribe, follow my boy Luke Rockhold. Until next time, peace.
Tell DC to turn on the heaters.